Hey, bro, I ain't finished my sentence.
Kanye West is known for a lot of controversial reasons, but for now, we will stick to a more acceptable outburst on live TV. The incident in question is from an interview he had with Piers Morgan, on whom he recently walked off in another interview involving social media personality Sneeko. Over here, Morgan seemed to have spoken in the middle of Kanye's sentence, and this caused him to lose his patience, angrily calling out Morgan in the process. He kept referring to him as boy, which Morgan obviously found annoying.
Hey, boy. Regret. Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
Don't finish. I told you.
Considering their very obvious age gap.
How's your back, Gene?
My back is good. My schmeckle, not so much.
That's very nice of you to joke about.
It's a joke. What are you doing?
Rude.
She's
so
done
rude.
with you.
Thanks for the question.
I'm sorry. You're blaming it on me? Don't put this on me.
Gene Simmons is not too far off from Kanye West when it comes to being a controversial figure in the industry. A very popular rumor attached to his name is that he has bedded over 5,000 women. Naturally, this would be a problem for his wife Shannon Tweed, with whom he shares 2 children. However, in an interview being broadcast on The Joy Behar Show, Gene was asked about this rumor in cheeky fashion, and he answered with a joke. However, Shannon did not like the joke, and she got so offended that she walked away from the interview. This was quite humiliating for Gene, who tried to get his wife to come back, but failed on live TV.
Please come back here.
No, you joke about it, and it's not funny.
Well, I'm trying to...
Have you ever felt this way?
While promoting War of the Worlds, Hollywood darling Tom Cruise appeared on a talk show to discuss the film. However, the discussion soon turned to his relationship with Katie Holmes. Though he initially tried to keep his enthusiasm in check, Cruise eventually became overwhelmed with emotion. This led to the now iconic moment when he jumped on Oprah's couch to express his feelings. The dramatic gesture has since been endlessly parodied and referenced. Even though Cruise and Holmes eventually parted ways, this over-the-top interview remains one of the most unforgettable celebrity moments.
So thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Any MTV fan out there can recall the infamous moment Kanye West made headlines at the 2009 VMAs. The controversy began when Taylor Swift won Best Female Video over Beyoncé. As Swift gave her acceptance speech, West suddenly took the stage, grabbed the microphone, and objected to the outcome. His unexpected outburst shocked both the live audience and viewers at home. The incident sparked widespread media coverage and even drew a comment from President Obama.
Oh, wow. Wow.
In recent history, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were seated in the front row as Chris Rock performed at the 94th Academy Awards. Rock made a joke about Jada's shaved head, and even though Will Smith laughed at first, his mood quickly shifted. In a moment that stunned everyone, he walked onto the stage and slapped Rock. After returning to his seat, he shouted expletives and hurled abuses at the comedian. While some initially believed it was a staged bit, it soon became clear the incident was entirely real. The night grew even more surreal when Smith later won the Best Actor award.
Back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
At the 2015 VMAs, Nicki Minaj accepted the award for Best Hip Hop Video, but rather than ending her speech with the usual gratitude, she turned her attention to host Miley Cyrus and called her out for allegedly disrespecting her in a recent interview. The rapper didn't hold back in expressing her displeasure. Her sudden shift in tone left the audience stunned. Instead of fueling the tension, Cyrus tried to smooth things over and keep the show moving.
I lost this award back in 2008, and I was fine with it.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
During a tense CBS interview with Gayle King, R. Kelly completely lost his composure while addressing the very serious allegations against him. As King calmly questioned him, Kelly stood up, pounded his chest, and shouted in an emotional outburst, claiming his innocence. His dramatic breakdown included tears, yelling, and pacing around the room, forcing producers to intervene. The explosive moment quickly went viral, overshadowing the interview itself and reinforcing public concern over his increasingly erratic behavior.
Your anger and your hate, I think, is coming off as erratic to people.
Passion, my passion.
Okay, your passion.
Yes.
Following a string of substance abuse issues, legal problems, and high-profile feuds, Charlie Sheen was ultimately fired from 2.5 Men. He later addressed his situation in an interview on Good Morning America. What started as a typical sit-down quickly turned into a bizarre and unforgettable exchange. Sheen responded to serious topics with an oddly casual tone and dropped a series of eccentric phrases that soon became meme-worthy, such as saying he's bi-winning. After this chaotic appearance, public perception of Sheen changed dramatically.
Some are saying that you're bipolar.
Wow, what does that mean? I'm bi-winning.
We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
It's so interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of
Hey, come on.
Journalists should really choose their questions carefully when interviewing Mike Tyson. The legendary heavyweight boxer, known for his power and short fuse, made headlines during one infamous interview with presenter Russ Salzberg. When asked about an upcoming fight, Tyson immediately responded with an F-bomb, catching censors off guard. Despite Salzberg's attempts to steer the conversation back on track and tone down the language, Tyson kept cursing. This quite obviously left the station scrambling.
You've had some amazing co-stars. Who stands out, do you think, when you look back as some of the great talents?
I don't look back. For what?
During a tense interview, Denzel Washington lost his cool when the conversation kept circling back to his past roles instead of focusing on his latest project. Growing visibly frustrated, he called out the interviewer for not doing her homework and fixating on outdated material. His sharp tone and pointed remarks shifted the mood of the interview, making it clear he wasn't there to dwell on the past. The awkward exchange quickly went viral, sparking debates about respect and preparation in journalism.
Alonzo Harris, great villain.
Training day?
Yes.
Yeah. Keep going to the pass, huh? You got your thing worked out.
Well, I'll play a clip of Alonzo Harris right there.
Yeah, Alonzo, what else? What else you trying to get in?
We have been sold this meme of Islamophobia, where every criticism of the doctrine of Islam gets conflated with bigotry toward Muslims as people.
So hold on, are you the person who understands the officially codified doctrine of Islam? You're the interpreter of that, so you can say, well, this is, I think any...
I'm actually well educated on it.
On an episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, a discussion between host Bill Maher and author Sam Harris turned critical of Islam, with sweeping generalizations about the religion. Ben Affleck, visibly frustrated, jumped in to challenge their views. He passionately argued against painting all Muslims with the same negative brush, citing statistics and growing more animated as the conversation continued. Though he initially tried to hold back, Affleck repeatedly re-entered the debate whenever another broad statement was made.
You're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. Listen,
I'm not denying that certain people are bigoted against Muslims as people, and that's a problem.
Big of you.
But
why are you so hostile about this? It's gross. It's racist.
It's not.
We welcome into Sports Center the former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Hey, how you doing? I'm not no former #1 pound-for-pound fighter. I'm just saying I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. No one has dethroned me, so...
You retired. What, Floyd, you want to be a champion emeritus forever? You walked away. You actually retired.
We know you don't know nothing about boxing. Finish going.
In 2009, undefeated boxer Floyd Mayweather appeared on SportsCenter to discuss his career, but the interview quickly turned combative. Host Brian Kenny hit a nerve early by suggesting Mayweather was no longer the top fighter, prompting some rage. From there, the exchange grew increasingly tense. Mayweather dodged several of Kenny's toughest questions and instead engaged in verbal jabs throughout. Despite the anchor's efforts to steer the interview, the back and forth only escalated. By the end, Mayweather had clearly taken control of another heated showdown.
Did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
What Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, you know what? I've admit my mistake. You know what?
See, you're as crazy as the people on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
KTLA's Sam Rubin interviewed Samuel L. Jackson via satellite, intending to discuss Jackson's film RoboCop. The interview went smoothly until Rubin mistakenly asked about a Super Bowl commercial featuring Lawrence Fishburne, not Jackson. Irked, Jackson sharply corrected the error, playfully roasting Rubin. Despite attempts to refocus on the movie, Jackson kept circling back to the gaffe. The blunder left Rubin humiliated, ensuring he'd never forget the mix-up.
I indicated to Samuel that I had seen him during the Super Bowl, and he thought that I had confused him with the commercial Lawrence Fishburne had done for a car company. I didn't bring that up, and he gave me the shellacking that was well-deserved.
Dude, I could have sued you. I could have sued you for everything you're worth.
Well,
and I didn't, because I'm not that kind of a guy.
Yeah. What kind of a guy are you? Here for station identification, get the hoses out here.
Andy Kaufman's chaotic Late Night with David Letterman appearance became iconic, but for all the wrong reasons. After a brutal wrestling loss to Jerry Lawler, Kaufman, in a neck brace, joined Lawler on the show. Their interview escalated into a heated clash, culminating in Lawler slapping Kaufman. Kaufman stormed back, hurling profanities and a drink. Later revealed as staged, the outburst remains one of talk show history's most unforgettable moments.
I am sick and tired of this.
Hi there, and welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, Andy Kaufman is here, sort of.
In 1992, Sinead O'Connor performed an a cappella rendition of Bob Marley's War on her second Saturday Night Live appearance. She ended the performance by tearing up a photo of Pope John Paul II and criticizing the Catholic Church's scandals. The provocative act sparked intense backlash, leading to her ban from Saturday Night Live. Years later, O'Connor expressed no regrets for her actions in interviews.
I knew there would be an aftermath. You know, I didn't expect it. You know, I was going to be carried around in a chair and, you know, have champagne.
The paparazzi, whatever perception you have of me, starting with the truth, starting with what everyone's thinking, put some dope with it.
Kanye West closes out this video with his unfiltered interview on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. It saw him veer off script after some candid answers and colorful language. He rambled extensively about his career goals, spirituality, and more, derailing the show so much that parts were cut from the episode. Though DeGeneres eventually regained control, Kanye dominated for a stretch. He never appeared on the show again.
I give how much you sold, if you playing on radio. Are you connecting? Picasso is dead. Steve Jobs is dead. Walt Disney is dead. Name somebody living.
Like, share, and subscribe if you liked this clip, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Okay then, see you soon.